You are more, my dear friend, than your career. Yeah, let me say it again. You are more than your career. You are more than your career. I need to hear this all the time. I have a suspicion that you might too. If you are like me, you are guilty of being either an active or recovering workaholic. We all begin our creative businesses with different goals, but kind of similar in a way. Maybe yours are like mine. I wanted flexibility and freedom in my job. I wanted to be my own boss so I could have as much PTO as I wanted. I wanted to do something that I love and that I'm passionate about, telling stories, creating characters, and I wanted the freedom to travel and so much other stuff. We need to make sure that in building our online wonderful businesses, we don't lose sight of our real lives. The topic of this video is a little, probably has you wondering. It's called How to Get a Life, right? And I know for myself, I'm tempted to or have lost my real life in pursuit of a career in working. So these are the things that I have found really helpful to make sure that I don't become all work and no play. So we want to be well-rounded humans, not workaholic robots. And we need to be artists, living our life to the fullest. So, step 1, schedule alone time. If you're like me, then things on the calendar are the things that get done. If it's not on the calendar, probably not going to happen. So scheduling work and leisure time is something that has been really helpful for me. And you can take 5 minutes even. Maybe right now, maybe pause this video, take 5 minutes to put in a recurring, this is important, a recurring event on your calendar that is just for you and maybe doesn't even cost money and definitely doesn't make money. This is just for you, nothing to do with work. So it can be something spiritual, perhaps like a church service or a meditation session, yoga class, something active like a hike or a bike ride, something relaxing like a picnic or a regular massage. Ooh, that would be nice, fancy pants. Or you can switch it up every week. You can decide what you want to do in the moment. Just block off a couple of hours each week, at least, to make sure that you're doing something that's not working and not hanging out watching TV. Something that's doing something a little more getting your juices flowing, a little more creative, alone, that sacred artist time that we all need. Two, I also need to schedule social time. I don't know if this is helpful for everyone, but I need to, especially since we've been dragged through the no social time, yes social time, inside social time, outside social time, mask on, blah, 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 whatever. Since the rules of what's responsible to do have been fluctuating around the world and back and forth across the months for these past 2 years now, yikes, it's been almost that long. Those are changing, but we still need some sort of social outlet, recurring social time. So I have come up with several ways that I have recurring social time that a lot of them work no matter what our current restrictions are. So we need people. This is what's important. We need people. We want to be independent and self-reliant and only need ourselves and our dogs, but we need human contact. It's super important. So here are a few things that I've got on my calendar right now. Every Tuesday evening, I play D&D with some friends, and we do it online because we don't all live in the same place anyway. So we can do that. Thanks, Discord. Thanks, the internet. Every other Wednesday, I've got a lunch date with a girlfriend. We can be outside if we need to. And then also really regularly, I'm reading books with some friends who also live around the country. So we have every 6 to 8 weeks, we'll have a Zoom call, book club chat, which is really fun as well. So those are things that I get to see my people, I get to catch up with my people, and in the meantime, some texts, some gifts, some memes, you know the drill. But making sure that you're getting that face-to-face time. In person is best, we all know, because hugs are important if we're given them. But online is still really good and still super necessary, even if the Zoom keeps breaking up, and even if it's you talk, I talk, I don't, even if you're experiencing that, it's still a shared social experience. So schedule that social time. You need alone time, you need social time, and finally, step 3, you need a hobby. Simple. Whoa, classic hobby. Hot take. Hobbies are good for the human soul. Not a hot take. We know this to be true. Simple, classic, important. Pick up a new hobby or dust off an old one, right? Maybe you haven't practiced it in a while. The good news about hobbies is, by definition, they do not make money. That's when they become like professional. Your hobby should not be something you gain income from. You are allowed, this allows you so many things. Like if you are not making income from it, you're allowed to be an amateur. You're allowed to be shitty at it. You're allowed to do a bad job, just mess around. Whether you're picking up embroidery, you start auditioning for local theater, maybe you're scheduling dates with your grandma to learn how to knit, or you're just deciding to read every John Grisham novel ever written, right? Whatever you decide, having an escape from work that you can look forward to regularly besides Netflix binging. Yes, I know you. I am you, girl. That stuff is vital to our creative success, to our like literal longevity, the amount of time we will spend in this body on this planet. Having a hobby, having an escape, a creative outlet, whether or not it feels creative, hiking is also a hobby. Like this can kind of interact and intersect with both your alone time and your social time, right? Hobbies can be both or either, and they can be separate from or in, communion with your social time, or alone time. So these are really important things that I know seem like simple and silly, but they are, first of all, they are simple and they are silly, and they are also so important to having a life that's not just our jobs and being full people and artists who are living artistic lives. I know that something I heard recently was, and gosh, I cannot remember the source. I know where it was. It was on at Awakening with Alexandra's Instagram story. She has a lot of great quotes and things that she shares all the time. And this one was, I'll misquote it, but the idea was that living is the original art form. And our whole life is a piece of art that we are living and experiencing and inviting other people into and sharing with others and keeping to ourselves. And all of that is our life and our art. So some of it we make money from, and that's our profession part. And some of it we don't, and we shouldn't. Because if we're trying to squeeze money or monetary value out of every little pocket of our sanity, then you're gonna bring yourself to burnout. And you really should not. Don't wait until you're on the brink of burnout to find a hobby and go outside. Don't wait until your business is slowly killing you to get a quote-unquote real life. So make sure you're scheduling alone time, my creative friends, making recurring social dates, and, messing around with some new hobbies today. All right, love y'all. Thanks for stopping by this week for the business of storytelling. And yes, keeping yourself sane is part of your business strategy. Mental health, it's part of everything. Okay, cool. I'm Caroline Cole. Follow me on Instagram at Caroline Cole Stories or on Twitter at @CColeStories. Stories. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So many hand motions today. I don't know why. Anyway, see y'all next week.